Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am finally doing something I've been wanting to record for a very long time, and it is my MAC palette collection. I finally filled up one of these bad boys, and as you can see, this is the old MAC palette packaging, so you know I've been working on this for a extremely long time. This is the one for 15 pans, and this is an overview of the palettes. When I first got into makeup, MAC was it. My first foundation was the MAC sculpting one in NC30. My first eyeliner was the MAC in Black Track with a MAC angled brush. So MAC is very near and dear to my heart. It was like the first thing I got into, and I got caught up in just buying other stuff that I never really focused on this palette. But in the last year, I decided, you know what, it's time to finish this up. So because like I said, I did dabble away and got other palettes, I wanted this one to be more of like a statement piece, something I used in conjunction with like maybe my chocolate bar palette or just other neutral palettes that I own. I want this to really stand out and be bold. And then of course I have some key colors in there that of course are popular that other people love. So enough rambling. Let's just get started on my completed MAC palette. I'm just going to go in order, down the rows. I'm not going to go in order the way they were purchased because it really doesn't make sense. I organized them this way for a particular reason. So the first color, like I said, is Carbon. I got Carbon because everyone talked about if you wanted a really good, deep, matte black shadow, that Carbon was it. And to be quite honest, I don't love it. I don't think it's as pigmented. Even now, I've had it for years, so I didn't think it was a really amazing shadow. I remember I would use it and I just thought it was very patchy. And I just don't like it, and I wouldn't recommend it. Of course, I'm going to keep it. Obviously, I've had it and I'm not going to get rid of it. But it's definitely something that once I go through, I wouldn't get it again. The next shade is MAC Sketch. I've wanted Sketch for years and years and years, and I just never bought it. I have bought all the dupes for Sketch except Sketch itself. So I have Bitten by Makeup Geek right over here, up here in this palette, and this is what it looks like. And then here is MAC Sketch. So definitely not the same color, definitely different colors, definitely a different family. I definitely think that if you want Sketch, just go out and get it, especially if you're in America, because they're $6, same price as Makeup Geek. Again, they're not even the same shade. Another color I want to swatch is MAC Deep Damsing. Not in my main palette because I just feel like it was too close to Sketch, that I didn't really want it in the main palette. It is definitely a different color, so it was too similar, and I'd rather have like another color in there. And also, I really don't like it. It's kind of patchy, you see, like it's not that great. I would get Bitten over Damsing, but definitely Sketch over both. The next shade in here is Plum Dressing. This is one of my favorite shades. It actually has a good indent in it just to show how much I love this shade. I really used to go ham sandwich with it. It is just a beautiful satin, soft purple color, and it looks like that. And you literally just, it's beautiful. Super pigmented. Really one of the best shadows I own in this palette, and I would strongly recommend it to anyone. The next shade we have in here is Violet. It is a purple matte color, and I love this in the crease to deepen up any crease look. I do think mattes are very patchy and not the best formula. So again, I've had it for years, so it's not, probably lost its quality. Like, I don't know how a new version of this would be, but I still like it because it still adds that little bit of depth that I like in my crease. But I definitely wouldn't use it as a lid color or anything like that, but more for my crease. This next color here is the main reason why I would never wet a brush and dip it into my eyeshadow. This is MAC Passionate. I used to always wear hot pink in my crease. That was like my signature look. And I've had an eyeshadow from Hot Topic, and that was like my favorite one. But of course I wanted a MAC one also. So I went in and got this one. I don't know why, but it was like everyone was talking about like if you wet your eyeshadows, they apply so much better. But I guess that really only applies to metallic shadows. I would not recommend doing it. I don't recommend it ever, but if you were to do it, I definitely would not do it on a matte shadow. It literally ruined it. I mean, I had to like scrape off a whole bunch of it to get it actually, you know, be able to blend on my eye. But I definitely learned my lesson and I would never do that again. In my second row, we are starting with Plumage. I was inspired to get this shade by Kathleen Lights. She had used it in one of her tutorials and it's like a deep teal green color. I absolutely love this color. I used it in my New Year's glam tutorial to deepen up my crease. It's beautiful. Highly recommend it. It's a unique shade in my opinion and I just love it. Next to it I have Electric Eel, another stellar shade. I love how pigmented this thing is. It's so bright and beautiful. Look at that. If you're looking for like a really poppin', bright blue eyeshadow, Electric Eel is definitely that for you. Next is MAC Gold Mine. It is this beautiful gold, pure gold eyeshadow. I wanted something super gold and super gold. Like not with any hints of beige or silver or any kind of other shimmer. I wanted something pure gold. Almost yellow, but gold. And this is definitely it. Look at that. Just pure gold, nothing else in it. Just simple, to the point gold. I don't have anything like this in my collection and that's why I love this shadow. Next is this shadow, which I don't think they make anymore because I've never seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time. This one right here is called Mira's Mood or Moira's Mood. This is a beautiful, beautiful light pink. It is also one of my favorite colors to like blend. Like let's say I do a crease color but I need to kind of blend it out but I don't want to add more of that color. This is that color I go to. It really is, doesn't really have a lot of pigmentation but something about it just helps blend out all my other colors very seamlessly and I really love it. It's definitely like one of my go-to shades. Next is probably one of my favorite shades ever. It is MAC Coral. I love this. In my crease, it's beautiful. I love warm, you know, crease colors like oranges and things like that, but this is so neutral but orange. It is just a must-have shade. Definitely creamy. Definitely one of the better matte shades that I own by MAC, and that's what it is, and it's just fantastic. I need this color. I don't think I could ever live without this color. That's how much I really love it. Down here, I have MAC Deep Truth. This I got as like my birthday gift, sample something for being MAC Select. I had to depot that one. That's why it has a little couple dings in it. And I needed this shade. It's such a deep, deep, beautiful blue. I've been really loving blues and greens. And when I saw this, I knew I have to own it. It's very shiny and super buttery and just look at that. It is fantastic. I love this. I've done numerous smoky eyes with this and I love the sheen in it. I had a blue that was like a deep matte blue in my Vidyard palette and somewhere else. And I just wanted one like this, like very shiny and metallic-y for my lid. Very pleased with this color. I'm so glad I have it. Right next to that, I have Swimming. I got this again because I wanted like a nice green, shiny color, opposite of like deep, like the green version of like Deep Truth. I just wanted something super green, super bright, super amazing. And that is this color. It's beautiful on the lid. And I cannot get enough of it. I will say though, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got it, I was kind of disappointed because when it said luster, I thought it was gonna be like very shiny, or I think it said metallic. I forgot the finish, but the way it was described, in my opinion, I just thought it was gonna be like this super bright green, kind of limey color, and it didn't remind me of that when I got it. I felt like it was more muted than I wanted it to be. I still like it when I like pack it on the lid and really pack it on. Once you really pack it on, you really get that pigmentation, and I'm really happy with it because again, it's not like anything I own. The color next to, I definitely considered returning. This is MAC Sour Lemon. Honestly, it looks very matte and I didn't expect it to be a matte color. Again, maybe it was just my maybe I didn't read it correctly or something, but I just thought I was getting like a really bright almost yellow green, and it to me looks again super muted, like a baby green, not as bright as I would have wanted it to be. I thought I was getting like the MAC MAC Chrome Yellow, but like in a green. That's what I thought I was gonna get, and it didn't turn out that way. It just would have been too much of a hassle to return it because you can't return in store. So I decided to keep it and play with it. And so far I have been liking it to blend out greens, like the swimming shade that's right next to it. So I'm glad I have it because it's been helping me blend. But I'm not gonna lie, if I had to really redo this again, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd probably buy like another green, like maybe humid, or just something that I felt like I could get a little bit more use out of. The next shade I got in here is Satin Taupe Classic MAC. I had to get it because literally when I think MAC shadows, Satin Taupe is probably the first one that comes to mind. I didn't want to get it for years though because I just didn't think it would flatter me. I didn't really wear like shades like this. I just thought it just wouldn't suit me. But then once I saw it, I actually researched it and realized what a beautiful shade it was and how it would really flatter anyone pretty much. I got it right away. So that's what it looks like. Super like bronzy taupe. It's definitely on the cool tone side, which I needed more cool tone shadows. And I literally am in love with it. This is probably one of my favorite shades in the palette for sure. I recommend it pretty much to anyone. A lot of people say that the Infallible Shadow and Bronze Taupe is a dupe for it. So I'm going to show you guys if that's true. So that's what that looks like on the other hand. And that's what they look like swatch. So Satin Taupe is on this side and the Bronze Taupe is over here. I definitely think that they are not similar, especially when I'm looking at them like this. This one is definitely more bronzy and this one is more purpley based to me. So they do work very well together. I've done many looks wearing them together. So I think they're both beautiful colors that you can get use out of. But in case you were looking and interested in one of them and didn't know if you should get one or the other, that is what they look like. And in case you thought that the L'Oreal one was a dupe for it, it isn't in my opinion. And last but not least is MAC Hawks. I'm gonna say Ho because it reminds me of Hue, like faux, but Ho. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but that is that shade here. Again, I wanted something to I wanted something with mesh well as a crease color that was more mauvey, purpley based, not brown. That to me was this color. Right when I saw it, I knew I had to have it. Ordered it right away, and I've been loving it. It's like MAC Coral to me. Like MAC Coral is of course the warmer version of that one to me, and I've been using them both like crazy in my crease, like a lot of my looks. I am obsessed with it. This I think is a beautiful dusty rosy mauvey shade that literally complements so many shadows, so many looks. Like you really can't go wrong with it, and I think it's an essential color. Definitely deepens the crease. Definitely think it's worth looking into. It's definitely like just beautiful. All these here are like my lid colors, and then all these here are my crease colors. So that's how I pretty much organized it for me. I definitely again use this in conjunction with other palettes, but I've also done looks with just these colors. Depending on the looks, I like crazy eyeshadows sometimes and bold looks. Sometimes I don't. So this to me, I can do it all with it and whatnot, and I genuinely love this. What also prompted me to finish filling it up was the fact that the shadows did go down to $6, which made them the same price as Makeup Geek. And honestly, I have a couple Makeup Geek shadows here, and I just haven't really been blown away. I have Bitten, Creme Brulee, and Cocoa Bear. Cocoa Bear might be the only shadow by them that I actually really love. But everything else, I just haven't been blown away by. That's the Makeup Geek shadows here. So I really haven't been blown away by, so I just figured why not just stick to what I know that I like, which are the MAC shadows. Do I think they are worth it at $6? Absolutely. When they were their old price of $10, I just kept thinking, oh my god, $150 to fill up this thing. I just couldn't really justify it. But at $6, it definitely made it more doable. And of course I did it. It took me a very long time. As you can see, you can't even buy these anymore. These are super old palettes. It did take a while. I definitely feel accomplished and I love it. I cannot wait to play with it some more. So look out for some tutorials coming out from my MAC palette. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. It literally feels like a makeup accomplishment to get this palette finished. I've been working on it for so long and I didn't really have an idea how I wanted it to be, but as soon as it started coming together, I knew this was how I wanted it. I am like 99.9% very happy with this palette. It's beautiful. I'm so glad I was able to snag one of these when I did. I don't like the new ones now that are clear. I heard they're very flimsy. I heard that the eyeshadows like fly out of them, and they're no good, so I'm really glad I have this one that's more sturdy. So thank you guys for watching. I really had a good time showing you guys what was in this palette. It's my baby, and if you have a completed MAC palette you want to share with me, let me know down below so I can see it. I would love to. I love looking at makeup stuff. My one best friend always sends me her makeup palette pictures of how it's coming along, so it's definitely a nice little treat for me to look at other people's palettes. So if you have something, definitely share it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.